Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck.
It took me a moment to absorb and accept what the computer just told me. I'm going to be in a live firing course? I tiptoed through the door into the testing area. Fortunately, the first turret was facing away from me. I nudged it to see what it would do. When it didn't do anything, I knocked it down, causing it to malfunction, then shut down.
Feelings. Target lost. Hey. Searching. Hey. Are you still there? Malfunction. I don't blame you. Activated. Are you still there? Uh-oh. Synthesis error. No hard feelings.
I happened to come upon a panel that had been propped open by two boxes. Written in red on the floor was the word help. I cautiously entered and found myself in a most disturbing place. There were scribbles on the walls repeating over and over, "The cake is a lie." There were also tick marks, as if someone had been counting the days they had been living here, and several drawn pictures of turrets. I moved to the other side of the room and found discarded bottles and cans. There was also an Aperture Science desktop computer here, opened and exposed. Had whoever lived here hoped to take parts from these desktops to find some way to stop the computer? In the far back was a chain-link fence and a white door. I vainly tried to portal to the other side, but it wouldn't stick. There was no way for me to leave that way. With nothing else to discover, and my growing anxiety that the occupant of the room might come back, I left and took the two boxes propping the panel with me. My heart raced as I hid myself behind a cube. I hesitated for a moment, then ran as quickly as I could as I used the cube to shield myself from the barrage of bullets. Ow! Stupid mistake. I received a bullet in my left arm as punishment, but I couldn't stop now.
Shutting down.
I knocked over a second turret, then stopped for a moment in a safe place with cubes piled high. I ripped off part of my clothing in order to wrap it around my wound.
you still? No hard feelings. Searching. Hibernating. Please put me. Wow.
I glanced longingly at the observation deck. As before, no one was inside. I had never felt so alone in my life. There was no question now that this was not a test the boys put together. I was truly and completely on my own to survive these brutal and merciless tests. I swallowed hard as I feared the worst. Who was left alive?
Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you that Android Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance. The vital apparatus vent will deliver a weighted companion cube in 3, 2, 1.
I looked at the cube for a moment. It looked like every other cube except it had a pink heart on each side. I didn't understand how this could be a companion.
This weighted companion cube will accompany you through the test chamber. Please take care of it. The symptoms most commonly produced by Enrichment Center testing are superstition, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations. The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
I wasn't prone to flights of schizophrenia, but how long would it take for someone to be trapped with the computer before they lost their mind? My mind flashed back to the crazy room with the drawings. If the tick marks really showed every day the person had lived in the firing course, they'd been surviving on their own here for months.
The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube cannot speak. In the event that the weighted companion cube does speak, the Enrichment Center urges you to disregard its advice.
I didn't hear the cube talking, but somehow the orange glow from the button made it look a bit menacing. Clearly my imagination was getting the better of me. There was another open panel. Somehow the occupant had dislodged several surveillance cameras from the wall. Apparently the occupant had a companion cube as well, and took that relationship a bit too far. There were pictures of people with cubes for heads, and a calendar of a woman in a red bikini who also had a cube for a head. There were more scribbles on the walls. They were heavily smudged and difficult to make out, but I picked out certain phrases like, "I'm not hallucinating, you are. The companion cube will never desert me. Dessert. So long. Cake." On the adjacent wall, there were more pictures of the companion cube and more writing. These pictures were more normal, if that word can be used here. The cube wasn't pasted on top of anyone. They were just pictures of the cube in various rooms. I read the words, "I thought the cube would last forever. I was wrong." There were also, "Stop watching me," in red, large, angry letters. There was no doubt the person was talking about the computer. The remaining writing seemed to speak about the companion cube as if it had died. Not in cruelty, not in wrath, the Reaper visited. An angel visited this gray path and took the cube away. Okay, that was all the crazy I could take. I just wanted to get out of here as quickly as possible. I found myself making several stupid mistakes as the writing and pictures in the room haunted me. Someone had been forced to live in the testing area with turrets and acid. The computer didn't talk to me outside of giving me instructions, but I never spoke to the computer, so I had no reason to. In my haste to leave, I had forgotten to finish the test. Shake it off, Chell, shake it off. You have to concentrate if you want to get out of here.
You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck. However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized. Please escort your companion cube to the Aperture Science Emergency Intelligence Incinerator.
Anything to get me out of here.
You euthanized your faithful companion cube more quickly than any test subject on record. Congratulations.